As far as my academics goes, it was, like I've always been that person, and a lot of my classmates used to be on me for this because you can just, relax and still be able to succeed in my academics. And so that part was always good, until one point I took this, because when I went in, I was pre-med. I was gonna go to med school. And so I took this orgo test and I made a D. And then the next test I made an F. And so I was like, I'm finna withdraw from this class. I know this is not what I wanna do. And so Mom was just like, well, do what you wanna do. My real dad was like, do what you wanna do. Like, do what you wanna do. And so I was like, all right, well shoot, I'm just finna be a health science major. And I'm gonna be all right as far as academics goes. And so like I'll cruise through as far as academic goes, and I was able to maintain a 3.0. But as far as my athletic career goes, it was humbling, as well as it taught me about life. Because I came in 9th grade and I was just knew like I'm gonna become a professional track runner, like out of here. I don't know when, but I know it's gonna happen. Freshman year had one of the best track careers a freshman could have in college. Sophomore year, tore my hamstring. Junior year, came back stronger than ever. Indoor season became top 2 all time in the 60-meter dash at UNC. COVID came. Me and my girlfriend moved in with me when COVID came my junior year. And so me and her was together at that time, and school was out, track was done, didn't know nothing. And she was going through a hard point in her life at that time, and I didn't know, what I was gonna do with my life at that time. And so we was in that room the whole COVID. And then it came senior year, track came again. We went all the way up through that year, and then it came like October. She told me she was pregnant. And then I was so excited because like kids are a blessing from God. And so I was excited, and I was just like, all right, I'm ready to be a dad now. Because like I told you, I wanted to be my own man. I knew what it took to, be the man of a house, because I had seen it before. I knew what it took for a woman, what a woman looks like to take care of her family and her kids. And so I knew what I was looking for in a woman, and I knew that was her. And so she told me she was pregnant. I was really excited. And I went through a real depression stage from that November all the way until like that April, just because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And that's why I say track and field is one of the things that humbled me, because it's not promised. And so that summer I already knew, like, I'm not going pro. I'm not gonna run track anymore. And I was already down because Antonio had just passed too. And so I really wasn't feeling track anyway. I was like, it makes me happy, but is it gonna really put food on the table for the family? After a while, my bones gonna start cracking and stuff. And so, what really do I wanna do? And what's gonna be best for me? And I start taking a whole bunch of personality tests, and it just say you're good at making people, feel good. You can be in sales, you can be this, you can be that. And so I was just like, I'm gonna just be in sales. I already know what I'm gonna do. Don't know what job I'm gonna get, but I know I'm gonna be in sales. I knew that this summer going into my senior year of college. But I still had the mindset that maybe I could still go pro. And then I was just depressed, and it was messing with my, my athleticism. And that's when I was just like, I don't wanna do it no more. I could proudly walk away from track and field and say it gave me everything that it was supposed to give me, and I could be happy. And I also knew that I had a son that was coming, and I know a lot about track. And my AAU coaches that got me to that point stay down the road from me now. And so when my son turned 4, I'm gonna teach him everything I know. I'm not gonna force it on him, but I'm gonna teach him everything I know. And if he wanna go there, we can go farther than I went. Because and that's, it's crazy, like I say, how life comes full circle, because everything that I prayed for and asked for is like in front of me right now. And it just didn't come, it wasn't given to me. I had to work for it, but it's all in front of me right now.
All right. So you mentioned Antonio. So if you can, in as much detail as you desire, tell us about that situation when Antonio passed prior to your senior year of college.
Mm-hmm. Man, Antonio was like, I feel like he was one of God's angels that was put in my life for me, he was a lot of people. He was an angel for a lot of people, but I know he was one of my people that God put in my life to help me. Because like I say, like it was a point in time where I ain't had nowhere to go. And Antonio, a lot of people be selfish about their parents. They don't want nobody coming into their house and having somebody else be a part of their family, but he was open to that and he opened his heart for that. And like I said, I could never repay him for that. And like we was brothers, we slept in the same bed together. We talked together about our goals. We bonded together. We got in trouble together. We had parties together. Like we did everything together. Like me, him, and Malik. Like that's what we did. And to be laying on my couch one day after a nap, and for Malik to call me and tell me, because they was in Florida at the time, that Tonio, was in a wreck and I should go to the hospital. And, I done been in a wreck with Antonio before, and I just thought, like, he good, but I'm gonna still go because they told me I gotta go. But then Malik called again and he was like, Tonio dead, like he's gone. And I just broke down like in the floor. Like I never like felt my body weak before. I didn't been sick before and felt weak, but I never just felt like everything was just sucked out of me that day. And so I went there, me and my girlfriend went there, she was telling me it was all right, but I couldn't hold it. I just kept crying. That's the most I done cried in my life. But then I got there and as far as the immediate family, like me and Malik and Naraya and Pops and Mama, like I was the only one from us that was able to get there. And just to like be so close to him and lay with him all the time in the bed, and we'd just, just be brothers and just talk about memories and stuff, and just to lay there and see him and just know that like he's not gonna be there for you no more. Like that hurt. It hurt for months and months and months. And I was mad because I just didn't understand. I didn't want to be around nobody. And I started getting better. Like I started getting better because I started to come to accept that like, he might be gone physically, but it's so many memories, there's so many things that remind me of him. Or, I still find myself sometimes like want to call him or text him or something, but it's just so many things where I can just look up and be like, dang, Tony, look at this. Like, and I know he's looking down at me. And it's ironic too. It's a crazy story that in October of that year, I kept having a dream for a whole week straight of Antonio. He'd just come in my dream. And he had, the last dream that I had of him in that month, he had went behind a tree and he was with my girlfriend and he was talking. And I was looking out of the window and I was just trying to figure out what are y'all talking about? And then my girlfriend, she told me the same thing. I dreamed about Antonio. And then she said her dream was, he said, you got a baby. And 2 weeks later, we found out she was pregnant. My son is like the closest thing to me besides like his mom. Like my son, like is my heart. He my everything. And it's like that bond that I had with Antonio, like I could have an even deeper wound with him because like that's my like son. And like that's why I take so much pride in fatherhood now and what I do for him. His name is Kamit Ali William Smith. Kamit means humble. Well, yeah, because the meek shall inherit the earth. And then Ali, that means champion, humble champion is his name.